Hey, good morning, everybody. Day 3, we are back. Still never heard back from Best Buy on the window of time that they're supposed to be here to deliver the TVs. Unfortunately, that is not anything new, but just based on how everything is going to go, I've already mentally prepared that not going to hang the TVs in the front because I need to actually get some better bracing that's going to go through the wall and pull everything in place. So I am going to work on that. But I did have some extra long Ethernet cables that I already had. I'm going to replace a couple of the cables that I have right now and extend the cable that's going to go for the computer, and then these other ones are going to be for the PoE injectors for the access points. I'm going to terminate those cables here, run the other one downstairs, get the internet downstairs working, and then we go from there. Alrighty, I got that cable ran, heading downstairs to terminate the access point and hang it downstairs. Then once that lights up, got internet downstairs, and then gonna focus on making everything nice and neat. I got my phone with me so we can hear if they're ever gonna call me to let me know when they're supposed to be here to deliver this stuff. That's why, at least for me, when I do stuff like this, I always tell people the time I'm gonna be here, and then I'm early. So like I told them I'm gonna be here every day. I told them I was gonna be here at 9:30, but I got here at 9:01. I always wanna be early. Like I tell my daughter, on time is late. If you're here when like that, you're late. Anyway, let's go make this access point here. All right, we got a connection, got internet down here. I'm gonna pull that slack and run this in this channel and staple the cable just like that to secure it in that seam and come over, and then we'll be good down here. Got some cleanup stuff. I'll probably do that when the TV comes here, and we'll hang that on there, and I'll do that at the same time. But internet's down here. Now we're focused on going back upstairs and seeing what other stuff we can do up there. All right, so the next thing outside of not eating my breakfast that I brought with me is move this ladder, and because outside this is where the main part of the church ends, and then where I stepped in is a lower part. So I can't drill straight through that top wall because I'm gonna end up somewhere, might be outside. So I need to get over in here, get up there, and is this a light? Yep. Need to get up there and see what I see and see what we can do up there. And then also I need to test all of these other speakers because these are running somewhere, and I need to figure out and isolate how they're being ran, and most likely make that a separate mix, especially for downstairs. But let's move this ladder. Let's get up here and see what we can do. And I did bring my push rod, so let me actually put my push rod up there in the hole. I don't know if you can see it. I made that hole there. Then we just need to figure out if I see that wall and get to here and then drill through. I mean, it should be level, so I should be able to go straight. So it's gonna be pretty low, but we're gonna do that, push my push rod up there, and it's green, so it'll glow in the dark, so I'll be able to find out where that is easily. So CSA ministry, day number 3. Let us begin. Alrighty, that was a short trip because it ain't nothing but a solid wall right here. There is nothing to get over in that area. So there has to be another way to get up there, because that's obviously not the roof. I don't see another crawl space. Gotta be some way to get up here. That's not that. And I'm wondering, this looks like this is probably the exact same thing over here. And that's all closed off. How in the world? Hey, get up here. Because that's a wall behind that window. That's there. I wonder if it's in the basement and then trying to go up. I don't believe going over here is gonna solve anything. I was gonna bring my drone. I should have. I can get an idea where everything is. Okay, so that's the pastor's office. It's gotta be a way up there. Because those new bricks, that's where windows used to be. That's a window. There's gotta be a way to get up that in that area. Huh. And I wonder if the pastor's office is here. He comes out, and is there no way to get into from his office directly into the sanctuary? Alrighty. Alright, so I had to go downstairs and then come up. So that's the outside door we just passed. Obviously, there's no crawl space, attic entry here. Here's the pastor's office. Again, nothing up here. Nothing in the closet. Man, I think I'm actually stuck. Because there's the other side where my ladder is, and this is all closed off. So there's outside of getting on the roof, and my ladder is not tall enough to do that. I'm kind of stuck. So as much as they don't like it, we might have to run that stuff across the baseboard to get it up there. So let me talk to Mr. Downey. All right, we got one camera mounted. I couldn't get through the concrete, so we put it on the top frame up there. And while doing this, didn't get a phone call, but some of the TVs got delivered, the 275s and 185, and they said it's possible that the other 85 will be delivered tomorrow. I don't like that as an answer, but what I will do is I'm gonna turn the system on. I need to run my other fiber optic HDMI cable that's gonna be for here. You see they got the outlet right there, so that's good. So I'm gonna inspect the TVs, because last time when we did this, what church I was at, where I opened it up and the TV was damaged, so need to make sure about that. So if they come back, they can take the TV back instead of me renting something to try and carry it back. So let's open up the TV, let's see how it is, and then be able to manhandle this one up here and then go from there. Alrighty, got the back TV up. I need to go back up, pull the HDMI cable for it. It's not level. I'm gonna get up here and level that. Gotta pull that side, that side down to do that, but the fact is up here. And then we get an image. I'm gonna tack that down and come right behind there, the cable, and we're good to go. So let me get the ladder, run this cable, and then turn the system on, and let's see what it looks like. Alrighty folks, we got TV hung. Need to level it and tighten down the bolts in the back, but we got an image that was done. Pull these cables up here, and I want to really ask them, if I painted those, or even just put a piece of conduit in between that window, I'm wondering if that would suffice. And then if I move this camera maybe in that same distance right there, instead of moving it as far up as I had, that would still be able to give that shot, and then that would make it easier. So that's what, like maybe two 6-foot pieces that could go there, and then at least both cameras would be done. And then we got to figure out how to do the cables up here. I can't remember if I said it or not, but possibly gonna cut a hole in that corner, drop the cables for the fiber optic HDMI for the PTZ, Ethernet, and then one main line, which is going to be split for both of the TVs, and the digital snake, the Ethercon cable. Run that there. The Ethercon will come down in that corner, so a piece of conduit would go right in the corner, or maybe paint it and tack it in, because that's how all the other cables are, but then put a strip of conduit all the way across there, then drop the cables down, drill through that piece in the middle, put a box, a thin box over top of it, and put a blank plate, almond colored, to fill that in so we can drill through and come through for the camera, and then have another piece of conduit come down for the TV on either side. There's no way that's going to be done today, or even this week. There's the 85. I need to open it up to just make sure we get an image and to make sure it's not damaged, so that they said the other TV is supposed to be here tomorrow. I hate when they do that, and they never called at all to let me know when they were going to be here, but thankfully they were early. And looking at this now, I aligned the TV so it's centered on here, and it looks like I might need to tighten up the camera because it looks like it's tilted a little bit, so I need to adjust that. But I aligned the TV to be in the center here with the pulpit, but it looks like it's actually not centered. It actually needs to slide over. So thankfully I can slide it over a little bit to make it look like it's exactly in the center of the back wall, even though it's not centered with everything else based off of that. But I'm gonna see what they think about that. I'm gonna move this over, hang the other camera almost in the exact same place, because that would work well. Because in that, if I put that other camera right here, if I turn it, the lights are not going to be blocking any of this. So that would make that easier. At least that way, going into Sunday, they'll have 3 cameras operational for that. And then nobody in here is going to be able to see it, but the back wall is, so I'm sure the pastor will ask them to turn around and see. And if it wasn't for my little one turning 10 on Sunday, I would probably be down here, but you know, my baby girl is in the double digits, so we're gonna be doing that, so that's why I'm not available here. But I think we're gonna do training with them on Saturday to get them up to speed, mainly for the sound. Depending on how much they're able to grasp it, we might show them how to live stream to Facebook, but we'll see. Let me level this stuff off. I need to run another cable downstairs, which is going to be for the TV down there, mount that, put that on the cart, and then still never ate my breakfast. Go do that. I can't remember, did I put the cable downstairs? But I need to open up a hole for that. I did bring my masonry bit to try and drill through the wall up there, but since I can't get into that part of the building, don't need to worry about that. And it's always fun with stuff changing on you, but we just roll with the punches and try and figure it out. Anyway, let me find the other cable here, get my drill, open that hole up, make another hole up under the floor so I can fish that cable down into the little crawl space, run that cable down, and then go to the TV. And then we'll concentrate on getting some sound going to the speakers. Alrighty, so we got that one done. Mr. Downey is actually going to get some conduit, and we're gonna see if that works for running it in between the windows. What I'm gonna do is focus on setting up the TV, putting the tacking the cable into the ceiling. I brought some other stuff so I can actually start marking the wall for the pass-through plates for the make sure I don't get locked out, for the pass-through plates for the volume control for the speakers, as well as the HDMI that we're gonna put there. And again, I'm the only one here, so I need to prop this door open so I don't get locked out, because the door was locked. If I stepped out and that wind closed that door, I'd be stuck sitting out here in the car. But like I said, I brought my hammer, and I'm also thinking, I had some Casa plugs left over. I'm thinking about putting this on the front so that the snake, the S16, can be turned on remotely, as well as the wireless HDMI, so that could be done as well. Let me get my other drill, the wider drill bit that I need as well, to open up all the rest of this stuff, and then hopefully we should be good to go. I was looking back at this truck, wishing that would be the truck that brought in the other 85, but oh well. Let's get downstairs and get that stuff done. So I really need to invest in a new stud finder, because I sure did go up here and it said I was fine here, but then what do you see right there? So we're gonna have to cover that up, and I was too close to move it right there, so I moved it up, and this is gonna be where the HDMI is. We should be able to run that through the wall and get into there, and then that would be the jack here. And now that I got this, let's go ahead and set the TV up. I brought my food so I can eat. Then we're gonna go back upstairs, widen the hole so I can drop the HDMI cable down here. That's gonna go into that, and then we connect it up, make sure we get an image. Then we're done, because I got that taken care of. The only thing we're gonna do when we come back is I do need to put another plate here, and I might actually just do it right here now that I'm here, and that will be the volume control for the speakers. Alright folks, so my stuff actually came up on YouTube down here, but we got this through here. Had to run an SDI cable because I couldn't find the other fiber optic HDMI cable that I had, so that's fine. We'll have that strapped to the back, so that's here. And like I said, we got plenty of slack in here. We're gonna pull this and let it come straight up and then come across and then tack it in. we have enough slack to do there. It's bunched up in the wall somewhere, but I got more than enough. So we're going to head upstairs, terminate the other end, get that connected, make sure we get an image down here on HDMI number 1. Then I'm going to be wrapping up. I'm going to take my tablet and start labeling all the mics, the wired ones, so I know which one is which. Then that's going to be it for today, and then we'll be back tomorrow. So let's terminate the stuff, make sure we get an image. All right, so I got music playing that I have the rights to. Actually, it's just the music for my Q&A. So that's playing through the house right now. I have everything connected with the SDI cable. I have a link light, so we just need to turn the TV on to HDMI number 1, make sure we get a signal, and we're getting the live stream audio coming through the TVs. And then also figure out, I also have everything running to a mix number 1, which is what the speakers should be. So let's get down here. So it's still my video from TCF. Let's go up here to our inputs. Yay. All right, we're also getting sound from the house. So that is fine. This volume is going to be down. But now we need to figure out what's going on with the sound everywhere else. Now they said that this on and off button here for the speakers. Yep. So we're getting sound from here. It's really low, but that should be, hold on, let me log in real quick. So we come in here. So that's that. If we go to the bus, I need to relabel that because that's not really the pulpit. But if I pull this down, so I don't know what is going through that. If I mute the live stream, that's it, mute the speakers. They got it tied to the main, so they don't even have it separate. All right, I gotta figure that out. But we do have the sound. We gotta be able to control it, and then we put it on a separate mix. And then, well, I guess it's not really that bad. I guess it could be on the main. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to put it on the I want to put it on its separate mix. So if somebody's down here and say they want to turn it up louder, they can. Maybe that control will give them enough to do that. And then as they get comfortable, I make it into another mix. Yeah, I think I might do that. But the good thing is we got that done. Speakers down here are working. We got a little bit of work we got to do with them, but that's not that big of a deal. What I'm going to do now is turn this off. We're going to button up these cables and stuff tomorrow. Let me turn off the lights of where I was. We'll do that tomorrow. All of that tomorrow. I have a plate for that. I'm going to pull some more cable here because it got cinched up. The cable's not damaged. I thought it was, but it's looking good. I'm going to pull some more slack so I got enough so that can be from here. We're going to strap that down to there so that doesn't move anywhere. Bring my label maker so we can label the remotes, since the remotes are specific to the television. We're going to just go through and label the mics. Also, what I'm going to do, because of this other hole, I have another plate that's going to cover that up, so we'll be good with that. Like I said, the volume control, mics, and then for the most part, we're done. We're gonna do some training. They said Saturday, so obviously I'm not gonna come down here Friday because it's our live stream. Tomorrow, I need to see if they'll call me, so at least I'll know about the TV. So the TVs, we're not gonna get up in here. Tomorrow, also gonna put that conduit up on the left and right cameras so that will cover those up. And then I have to come back and figure out a way to drill in on the other side of the wall right there so that we can secure the TVs. All right, now that I think about it, I said I had all the mics done, but there were the hanging ones. I have no idea about those. Let me test those real quick. All right, I'm not getting nothing for those two mics up there, so it might be some of the other ones that are not hooked up, but the bulk of all the mics are done. Nobody is using the choir stand, so no rush to get that done, but we got that straight. So I think we're good for today. We're gonna get on the road. We'll be back tomorrow. See about this other TV being here. Again, we're not gonna be able to mount it. I am gonna start at least trying to eyeball where we can drill through, and I need to get some long bolts for that. And we'll look at doing the conduit up there. Let me pull up this ether. I get back to that. We'll come back and do that, clean up my mess, and then we'll be back on Saturday at 9 a.m. to do some training. So very, very good progress. We got 3 cameras up. Got to do the conduit right there. Got to figure out that up there. Also figure out run the cables there, because we're going to run it in the corner somewhere and bring it down. That'll feed the TVs and get the front camera done. And then at the same time, that's when we have the shielded cable. That'll be long enough to run all the way down there. Also, the new speakers are going to be in today, so we'll do the speakers downstairs. We'll do the volume control for that, so we'll have a little bit more control, and then we'll be good for them to do some training, get them set up for Facebook Live and walk them through that, get them set up for presenter with a Google account and all that other stuff, especially if they don't have any, like a modern media ministry, push them to do that so that they can have all the passwords onto the media account. Everything is assigned to that and not a person. Other thing we're also going to do is, like I said, get all the rest of the mics and everything, because that was a mic that's probably not plugged, that's not plugged up. Then that's another one. Pull the board up out of here so we can close this. The amp gonna relocate down here, run the cable through, and probably put that power switch, well, we could leave it right there, put it out on the outside so that it can be powered up from here for the sound system and all that other fun stuff. So yay, going good. So let's get home. Hey, good morning everybody. Day 4. I'm down here at Lowe's. I was sitting back thinking how to anchor the TVs up there. So I still have those steel strut bolts that I had left over from TCF. Got a bunch of those. So I was sitting back thinking, I was thinking about just getting 4 2x4s and just screw them into the wall and getting some long lag bolts and do that. But again, I already have this stuff, and then if I get the steel struts, they would be a lot sturdier, and we can leverage some of the stuff that we already have. So need to get bolts that are gonna go all the way through the wall, but then we will anchor them to put a steel strut on the front in the sanctuary, put another one on the other side of the wall. And worst case scenario, that one strut would actually be enough to hold everything in place and anchor it, and then I can put like whatever else up under there. So that's what I'm here trying to figure out. I'm here way earlier. It's like 8:30, so I still got like another hour until I need to be over there at the church, but let's see what we can find. Alrighty folks, we are back here downstairs in Fellowship Hall. I do have the speakers that are going to replace here. Let me go ahead and do that, get the easy stuff out of the way, figure out where I'm going to put this plug. I think I said I was going to actually put it right there. So let's go ahead and make a hole for that. And I meant to get another low voltage box like the ones I normally use. Those metal ones, I mean, they're fine, but it's sliding all over the place, and I kind of don't like that. But let's go ahead and make the volume control here. And then feed that. Got to run a cable down through there to bridge into this, and then do the speakers. So I still need to clean up the wiring there. I need to get some wire nuts for this split that I did, but everything is being controlled from this knob, and the low voltage box that I have doesn't fit. So here we go, and let me put this stuff down. So it doesn't fit inside of here, but if I come in here right now, and I turn this all the way off, so it does respond as that. We just need to have a bigger low voltage box that will fit inside of there. But I'm about ready to move upstairs and start some work from there. Alright, yet again, I did not bring my camera up while I was doing this stuff. I pretty much cleaned out the old sound system completely, identified the left and right channels for the main speakers, and I guess everything else is daisy chained into some box up under the booth that's feeding all of the other speakers. So that's going to be the one in the entrance, the one, I guess, outside the exits in the sanctuary, and the ones downstairs. But I'm about ready to drill a hole in the old box into the new so that I can run the power cable from the amp in there and give the amp more breathing room and all that other fun stuff. So and I think the pastor's actually going to be here around noon, so he's going to see and hear everything for the first time. Alrighty, folks. Left the camera upstairs, so I didn't record what we did. But these are the almond cable covers, so we wanted to put it up there temporarily just to see how it looks. And honestly, it looks fine. Like, you can't even barely can tell. There's one that's over top of there. It looks like it blends in with the window. I'm not going to put the rest of it because I need my laser level so I can make sure I'm completely level going all the way across there, because that's going to be interesting to try and hold that up with the ladder. But what I want to concentrate on is what I talked about at the very beginning when we were at Lowe's. These are the 2-foot struts. I wish I would have got the 10-foot, but I didn't have my metal blade to cut it, and I would have been able to get away with instead of buying all of these. But this is what I'm going to have, and then the opposite on the wall is going to be on the other side, so we're going to use that to cinch that in. But then I'm going to put the TV mount on top of that with these little, well, hopefully these are the bolts that are going to be long enough to go through the wall. Washers for that. And then these are going to slide into here and then screw in the TV mount into that. So let's mock this setup and see how that will fit. Alrighty, folks. So wrapping up for today. Not that I want to. I am not happy on how everything planned out. Um, just ran into an issue with the wall um, at the front. I got some stuff, but even the 10-inch bolts that I have still don't get all the way through. My drill bit can't get all the way through to the other side of the wall. So the plan with the struts, that's going to be the plan to anchor in everything. I need to clean up the mess, my cable, shorten that, bundle those up, probably tack them down up under here to get them up off the floor. This is where they left the router for Brightspeed or whoever like that. So we're going to put that up and put that inside the rack and clean up their stuff. Get my laser level, and so that way all of this is perfectly straight. We'll put the conduit, need to get like one more piece so we can run all the way here, and put the cables up under here so that part will be straight. The same thing on the other side. Got two pieces, well, really one piece left. I need to run it all the way up to the camera. So here I got two pieces there. I got to run the other piece to cover up the cables right there, and then the last piece to get from here back over to the here. I need to pull up these cables that I had running to the floor, and run them up under the carpet so I can get that out of the way. The rest of these will be tacked across here to get that out of the way. We're shorting the cable. So the Ethernet cable, I'll be able to shorten. I'm gonna pull that all the way, re-terminate the other end so we don't have all the extra. I pulled more than I needed so that I know I would have enough space, enough room to get there. We'll do that. Best Buy called, and the TV is going to be delivered here on the 30th. So that's way longer than I thought. And then I also got called into doing something on the 30th. So I'm limited on how much time I'm going to be able to be here on the 30th. Hopefully, they won't drag it out on the delivery because I have to be back in Richmond by 5 o'clock on the 30th. We'll be back here on Saturday to do training. Hopefully, I should be able to at least get the put the conduit up here. I need to drill those in because they're just the adhesive is just there, and then just from the humidity and everything like that, we want to anchor them into the wall. So I need to get some concrete screws. I don't have any of them on me. All I have is the metal self-tapping screws. So I need to get some other ones to secure that in there so that won't go anywhere. That will be fine. And then also, if we had a time on the 30th, got to plan some more time to get in the ceiling, run the cables, run that other conduit across the front, get the front camera hooked up to the system, um, have the cables for the TVs. Hopefully on the 30th, we'll be able to hang both of the TVs. I need to invest in a longer drill bit so I can get all the way through the wall, put that clamp on there, the metal struts, and then we'll be good to go. Once those are anchored, the TVs aren't going anywhere. I thought I hit some wood in the steps, and I was like, oh man, this would be great. I could do that. But what ended up happening is it did not go all the way through. It did not hold. So definitely not gonna, I mean, I just yanked on it and then it came loose from the wall. So we definitely not gonna put a TV on something like that. But trying to get my stuff out of the way and then be mentally prepared of what to train them on, as well as get all that stuff straight for when we come back. I need to also get a larger low voltage box so that the volume control can be set in the wall because the box that I have is too small. I can't fit the controller inside of it. Also, looked like there was a wire ground issue, so I wasn't able to put the electrical outlet, so I just used the plugs that go in front of it. We're gonna hook that up, and I need to get a plug, and they actually got a tablet, so when that's done, we're gonna put Mix Station on here, and we'll put the TP link so that they can control that and turn everything on. I think I have another plug at home. We'll make a plug for them, but also just give them the app just in case, um, to maintain them as well too. Sound is fine, drums are fine, all the mics were fine. This mic, I think they said was a problem. Yeah, I don't know why I was testing that. I didn't have a cable because the cable is bad on here. I mean, we made a lot of progress, not as much as I wanted. That's the part. So, um, so this is probably going to go into a day 5 and 6, as much as I didn't want to. So the TV part is probably, if I can get somebody to be here on the 30th, we can go from there. But let's see what we can do.